I never thought I would make like a vlog thing. I don't know. Anyways, so I wanted to talk about eating disorders in young girls, teenage girls. So I myself have had eating disorders since I was in 6th grade. When I was pudgy, I've been pudgy for most of my life actually, and in the past 3 years I've lost 60 pounds or so. It started out healthy, you know, I went to the gym every day, I ate healthy, but then it got worse and worse, and slowly I developed anorexia. And this year it's gone into more of bulimia than anorexia. And one thing I want to point out to start out with, not all girls with eating disorders are skinny. Do I look super thin to you? No, but I'm been bulimic for most majority of this year. I weigh 120 pounds, 5'3", and that's not super thin. But doesn't mean that girls can't be malnourished. I struggle with my schoolwork because of like the lack of calories in my body. I struggle with everything. Lately I've been passing out. Like today, like I've never really passed out in front of a whole bunch of people from school until today. I was in the parking lot, the student parking lot with my friend. I was getting a fill for my drop, and all of a sudden when we were walking back, I couldn't see, it was like black, and apparently I got on my tiptoes and went, oof, but I don't remember that. I think that was just my body's natural reaction. But I went down. And I didn't know what was happening until like I woke up, of course, because, you know, I was kind of out. And I woke up and I went, I passed out, I'm so sorry, I'm fine, don't worry about it, because I didn't want people to think I was fucking weird or something. So I got up and my head was pounding, and I had landed on the concrete, like the concrete step, like of those round things, you know how the trees growing out of them in the middle of the parking lot with the gravel and then the concrete border on them? My head hit the concrete border, and I gave myself a concussion. So, it really can be way more dangerous than you think it is. Like, I've noticed that if I try to talk to people about it, which I really don't, unless it's like my best friends, and I even stopped talking about it with my best friend, who I'm gonna call A, because I don't want to reveal anybody. And I feel like people slowly get tired of it, and they slowly start thinking you're annoying or you're crazy, so I just don't talk about it. So, it weighs on you. And especially whenever I broke up with this guy so I dated this guy at the beginning of the school year. I'm a freshman in high school. I dated him at the beginning of the school year, and I fucking fell in love with him. It was like the first time I really loved somebody. Like, I genuinely love him, and he broke my heart, and him and some girl mocked me on the phone, and then I tried to hurt myself, and I had to go to the hospital. And that's like not my image, I guess. That sounds really stupid, but at school, I literally made this motto up: be a bad bitch, not a sad bitch. It's like my goal to seem as strong as I can, so people won't look down on me, because at my old school, I moved schools this year, I was always looked down on, but this year I'm fairly popular, I guess, and that's really shallow, but it's better than getting beat up in the bathroom at your school dance. So I also try to make everybody as happy as I can, because I know what it feels like to be that person that's on the fucking bottom of the food chain. So whenever I see people, like, especially when they're getting talked over and they start slowly getting quieter and they stop talking, and you're like, wait, what were you saying? And you just see the fucking light in their eyes, you see them light up, and they're like, somebody cares about what I'm saying. And it makes you feel so good, because I used to be that person. I got talked over and everything. And I got so off topic. But yeah, eating disorders. They're one of the most deadly mental disorders there are. And not only do eating disorders affect girls, they affect guys, and that's so overlooked, because it gets even worse for guys sometimes, because nobody thinks that's what's happening. Nobody cares to ask about it. Nobody suspects that. With girls, they at least suspect it. And I have a male friend, I'm not going to say who, but he has an eating disorder, and I've watched him getting skinnier and skinnier and skinnier, and we are eating disorder buddies, I guess. That sounds awful, but like, we'll go through stages where we're awful, and we're like, we should not eat this, that, and then I'll be like, you need to eat, kid, eat this, I'm making you eat this, come on, I know you can do it, look, I'll eat a bite too. And then we'll be bad for each other, and good for each other, bad for each other, good for each other. Like, I don't know, I wish that there was a way for us to get these things out without being the crazy girl, or the crazy boy, or the weird boy, because there is no way to do that, and you have to keep it all inside. And when people ask, why did you pass out? Oh, I'm hypoglycemic. which I am, not with the eating disorder, but it's just frustrating. And it's, especially when people find out, it's humiliating. Like, my parents never know when to shush, and they'll like tell people things I don't want them to know, like my sexuality too. I didn't want anybody to know I was bisexual, or I prefer girls, but like, you know, guys are okay sometimes. And they told my best friend without even asking me, and I was so upset because I tried to keep up a good image, and then my best friend didn't care, of course, because she's my best friend, but I was worried she would. And like, she's honestly the most important person to me in my life. I would choose her over somebody I was dating any day, because she's been there for me. I'm short of breath right now because I'm nervous because I'm recording myself. Yeah, so I guess that wraps it up for this video.